Once upon a time, on a snowy Christmas Eve, two brothers, Mert and Barış, were getting ready to celebrate the most wonderful time of the year. But this year, things were a little different. The beautiful Christmas tree they always decorated at home had disappeared. Mert, with his calm and smart nature, tried to find a solution, while Barış, with his sweet and mischievous personality, was ready to embark on an adventure. But where could the missing tree be? The answer to this question would lead the two brothers on an unforgettable journey. When Mert and Barış realized the Christmas tree was gone, they were astonished. Mert thought to himself, "Where's the Christmas tree? It's always here." Barış, on the other hand, seemed to have an answer. Maybe it ran away to the North Pole. They started searching in the living room first. Barış bent down to look under the table, but found nothing. "The tree's not here," he said. Mert, realizing they needed a more organized plan, said, "We need to make a better plan." They got to work planning. Mert took out a notebook and sketched a small map, while Barış jumped around excitedly. Mert's first idea was to check the kitchen. "We'll check every room," he said. Barış eagerly agreed. "Let's start with the kitchen." In the kitchen, they began inspecting the cupboards. Barış opened one and accidentally knocked over the cookie jar, shouting excitedly, "Whoa, it's not here, but there are cookies." Mert gently scolded him. "Barış, focus on the task." When their search inside the house turned up nothing, they moved outside to the yard. In the snow, they noticed a sparkling light. Barış bent down immediately and asked, "What are these shiny things?" Mert, examining the decorations on the ground, said, "They could be leftover ornaments." They decided to follow the sparkling trail. As they walked through the snow, Barış cheerfully said, "This feels like a treasure hunt." Mert, keeping an eye on his younger brother, reminded him, "Stay close to me, Barış." The trail led them to a snowman. Around the snowman's neck was a shiny scarf. Barış inspected the scarf closely and exclaimed, "This looks like a tree ornament." Mert, understanding the situation, said, "That means the tree must be nearby." The trail ended in a small forest. In the forest, they spotted tiny footprints in the snow. Mert thought aloud, "These footprints, they're too small for Santa Claus." Barış excitedly shouted, "Maybe elves took the tree." Just then, they heard a rustling sound from the bushes. They both stopped and listened carefully. Barış, a little scared, asked, "Did you hear that sound?" Mert replied bravely, "Don't leave my side." As they approached the source of the sound, they finally found their Christmas tree. The tree stood tall, adorned with glittering ornaments, surrounded by animals from the forest. Barış, amazed, said, "Our tree? But why are there rabbits and birds here?" Mert quickly understood and explained, "Maybe they needed it more than we did." They realized that the animals had decorated the tree as their own. Barış exclaimed joyfully, "They made their own Christmas tree." Mert smiled and said, "I think we should let them keep it." They decided to head back home and make a new tree. Barış was a bit worried and said, "But we won't have a tree in our house." Mert reassured him, "Then we'll make a new one together." They got to work right away. They gathered colorful paper, strings, and various materials. Barış, enjoying the process, said, "This is more fun than I thought." Mert agreed. "I told you, teamwork is always the best." In the end, they created a unique Christmas tree. Barış looked at it in awe and said, "This is even better than the old one." Mert smiled proudly and added, "And the animals won't be sad either." They set up their new tree in the living room. It sparkled beautifully. Mert and Barış felt proud of what they had accomplished. Barış, full of excitement, said, "This is the best Christmas of my life." Mert smiled and replied, "And we made it happen together." At that moment, a shooting star sparkled outside the window. In the forest, the animals were happily gathered around their own tree. Barış noticed the star and asked, "Do you think the star is thanking us?" Mert turned to his brother with a smile and said, "Maybe it is." Happy New Year, Barış!